Hello there, this is live stream Tuesday 7:30, 7 p.m. Dutch time. Welcome to live stream on this channel, Ustream, where I'm broadcasting every Tuesday to talk about all this nonsense and the beautiful topic of unity, essence, non-duality. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. This is this is your chance to talk with me live. You can do this in the show in the live stream. By doing this, you need to go to Skype. You need to have a Skype account. Then you send me a request. My Skype is on. I'm live. And when you send your request, you can send either a message, so asking a question, if there is any questions, but because maybe you don't have any questions, that's also fine. Or you can then call me. I will pick up the phone if it fits, and I'm sure it fits. And then we can speak. And while we do this, you have to lower the volume of Ustream, and so this doesn't interfere. The systems don't interfere with each other. But okay, we will see that when it happens. So it's very nice that you're listening or watching and you're interested in this beautiful topic that is endless, ongoing, not going anywhere, and it's just so beautiful because it's connecting us. It is what we are. And that's also the contradiction of all this life experience. So what I would like to let you know is I have tomorrow, I give now every week in Leiden satsang. It's a gathering about the same topic. Every Wednesday evening in Leiden from 7:30 to 9:30, and you can join. You can join there. Best is to send me a message. Can also be through Facebook, but just send me a message or by email, which you can find on my website, that you want to join, because there it's a very nice little cute little place in a hofje in Leiden, in the center of Leiden, and then there's only place for about 7 people with all of us, so it's very small, but it's very nice. And I'm going to give training in silence. Yes, it's amazing, I know. Silence, which is a beautiful a training where you can connect with silence. And it's not going to be like only silence. It's going to be like to observe and to experience the way silence is moving, and the way silence is moving us. And that's going to be on the 21st of January, also in Leiden, in the very beautiful place in the park, the Leidse Hout. Maybe some of you might know this place. You can also find all this on my website, myname.nl. I am refusing to pronounce my name because for many people it's difficult, especially in English, to pronounce it. And then I am organizing a beautiful retreat in Portugal, where I have lived for nearly 10 years, and I can really assure you that this is the most beautiful place you've ever been in the south of Europe. And it's going to be from the 12th until the 19th of May, 1 week with me, walks in the beautiful springtime of May there, and also lovely food. We keep the price as low as possible, and this also means that some of your participation with preparing the food and joining in this daily routines is required. But that's usually giving a very nice dynamic. So you're very welcome to come to Portugal and join this retreat. And oh yeah, and I organize also every first Sunday of the month a silent walk. And a next walk is not going to be on the 1st, because the 1st of January is a Sunday, so then everybody is still sleeping. But we'll do this on the 8th of January next year. So yeah, we are now in December, so January the 8th, and it is in Noordwijk, which is in the dunes. We start in the dunes, we gather at the bus stop, and then we walk from there. We walk in silence through the dunes, and then if it's good weather, we make at least one stop. And then I talk about some things. It can be in Dutch, it can be in English, depends on who's joining. And then we walk back over the beach, and we have a drink, a nice hot chocolate with whipped cream or whatever. And you can also find this on my website. So there's lots of things, and yeah. And if you like to speak with me privately about your personal situation, questions, how to deal with the daily life in your life, and the experiences that you're making, the problems um, that you're relating to relationships, whatever, you can have a private session with me through Skype or by telephone, which you can also find on the website. I remember that there was, with me, has been a very, very strong longing for home, and you can also call this freedom. The freedom that was always I was always longing for this somewhere there, somewhere far away, somewhere other than this experience, other than this moment, other than this body, other than anything. And not only me, but also my boyfriend, other friends of mine, family. There was always this, yeah, I wanted to break free from whatever, wanted to break free from nasty situations, feelings, and confrontations and all kinds of things. And this was creating a lot of suffering. This was creating so much suffering that, because it was always moving away from what was there. And there did happen difficult situations, experiences, confrontations, and especially, for example, confrontations. The body was always responding in a sense of, I want to flee away, I want to escape this. Because when you feel there comes up a kind of situation like that, a confrontation, the response is to seek for security, to seek for a safe place. But in the moment that this happens, where is the safe place? Where can you hide from feeling where there's no escape from? There's only this response happening. And for me, it was very good that I had very great friends who helped me to just go through these confrontations. I mean, I was living a completely off-the-grid life. I was living not in Holland, I was living in Portugal then, and yeah, we were just trying to figure out life and just living it, but not by the mainstream frame that lots of people are living this. And so we were just like, yeah, freewheeling, juggling with whatever came up and what situations appeared, and also, well, anything actually. So there was not really an escape of going away, even though that did happen as well, of course. But the beauty and the intensity to go through this, emotions and these confrontations and this trying to get rid of anything. It was not going to make you getting rid of anything, but it was every time an experience. It was every time like a repeat of of something scary that was like, when you're watching a movie, a thriller or something. Sorry, my voice is still not so good. Okay, maybe you're kind of afraid for a thriller to watch the movie, so you're avoiding this. This is not really, yeah, you find it very scary. So the body responds like, and it goes like, I'm scared and this is horrible and what to do and where to go, and this is well, horrible. So you don't want this, but maybe when the next time you see a thriller, you still find it really scary, and you really just don't watch it at all, and all these feelings that you get and all these things. Well, that's exactly what happens when you go through this confrontation. You just completely lose yourself in it. You lose yourself completely. You just go completely, you express everything. And what happens is that this is just I don't know if you recognize this, but I have had this situation that I was just going through a confrontation, which made me really like, my heart is in my throat, and I'm like, ah, and it's really like, you think you think you're really going to die, actually. Yeah, it's really like dying in a way, because there's so much fear for the other, the other that is there, that is not another, but there's the projection that there is, and that's why you're scared. So then I was going through this, and I heard myself screaming and saying all kinds of things, and it was nasty, and it was intense and all that. And then it was really like it wasn't me doing all that. It was really like I was in this discussion, the confrontation playing out. It was like I was just a puppet, and the words would just come out of my mouth, and it was really like, well, actually, it's also like this now. It's like all the time happening. But sometimes when you're in a very intense situation, and you also experience this physically and emotionally, you can feel this sensation stronger. And that is actually what's happening all the time. Something that is not viewing through the eyes, it's viewing from all sides, it's viewing from below, from above, from the sides, from everything. And it's not something vague, spiritual, ghostly kind of thing. It's that is unity. That is the freedom. That is what's happening, and that the speaking is happening in it. The discussion is happening. It the anger, the fear, the love, the gentleness. Everything is happening from that, and that is. And that is the beautiful transparency in between everything. That is the beautiful transparency of all that's happening in life. And I know there are horrible things happening, and I know that we all know that we are experiencing nasty sensations and things that we rather not want to feel. But it's not in the not wanting to feel these things where there is the freedom. That's where the illusion of this idea lies, which is just an idea. The real freedom is beyond ideas. The real freedom is what contains us. And we are just facilitating. We are just facilitating this experience, this expression of divinity, which appears in all kinds of varieties of forms. And I haven't read all the spiritual books at all. I haven't been listening to speakers only until this was happening, and then I started to recognize some people that are also speaking about this. But before that, there was never anything in me busy with searching in this. Only in nature and in other creatures, animals, and so on, and in art. So this is just beyond all these forms. That is the divine source of everything, and that's the freedom. And the only thing that really might happen is that you remember There's a kind of a remembrance, a resonance, that you are indeed a very dynamic, free, flowing form of life, which is coming and going, which is dying dying and living at the same time. You know, thinking that this body is only alive now is also an illusion, because at this very moment of me speaking, there's all these kind of things happening that are dying. There's a digestion of cells, of food, of nutrition, and it's being assimilated, and it's being extracted, and it's being pulsated and whatever, and oxygen, and breathing out, and uh, all kind of chemical processes are happening. And the skin cells, they're rubbing off my skin, they're dying, and this is so there's life and death happening simultaneously at the same time. And it's never fixed. It's never it's impossible to be just a fixed thing. It's always moving, moving freely, without any idea, without any knowing of where it's going, where it has been. There's only this moving, the moving in freedom, the moving in love. That is what you are, the love, the unconditional love, where bodies arise, appear, and where bodies age and disappear. But it's not us that age. What we are can never age. It's just an expression of 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 this through a body that's aging. It's just plants. Look at plants. Look at flowers. When you pick flowers, or we have flowers on your table, and they are beautiful. They're just you put them just in the vase, and they're just fresh. Okay. And you look at them and you smell them, and they are like in their brightest, in their strength. But very quickly, the next day or the next 2-3 days, they are lessening their strength. Their scent is getting different. It's getting a little bit muffy. I don't know how to say this. It's so death is happening, but there's just the life essence that's just falling away. And then there's death. And when you just let it, there's also the beauty in that. A flower that died and becomes transparent, and all the color goes away, and there's just this leftover of a transparent flower, and it's very fragile, very, and that's part of death. That's death, and that's what we can see. But all the rest of creation and of destruction, what we can't see, is life and death dancing the tango together. But not for somebody who's observing all this. It's just happening continuously, whether you're sleeping, whether you're dancing, whether you're making love, whether you're eating, sitting, laying on the couch. That's what's happening. This beauty of of the mystery, this beautiful mystery in which we appear. I put also on my the text of the retreat, and also what I share on Facebook. Um, that your body is your guide, because your body is always already in sync with everything. Your body is always right where it is. Yeah, your body is always right where it is. It's not anywhere else. It's not wanting anything else. It's not going anywhere else. It's just right where it is. And that's so beautiful because, and that therefore, I think also many people these days, they are very focused on their physical, even when they're busy with the outside and the looks and everything, but also with the yoga and training the body. That makes you feel, especially with the yoga and all, more consciousness about breathing and sensations and the subtle sensations that the body is experiencing. That's bringing us to, yeah, to the knowing of the moment, where the body just resides. That's just where it is, and that's just where you are. You're not anywhere else than here. Your thoughts can come up about yesterday or the week before or a couple of years later, but it's all appearing in this moment. It's all appearing now. By the way, I'm thinking of doing the live stream also in Dutch. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but yeah, I think that would be nice. And probably I'll do a tryout on Friday morning, 11 a.m., to see if that fits, if that works. Because I heard from some people, Dutch people, that they do understand English, but they say it resonates differently for them. So if it really resonates differently, then I guess it's I understand. It's good. I can do this. So I will try to do it next Friday. I don't know if, well, I will see if I can do it next Friday anyway. Yeah. Okay, well, I keep it short today. This was it, and Friday morning I'm going to try a live stream in Dutch. So, see you then.